Hi y'all, I'm Tina.
And I'm Priscilla.
And we are the Sensei Sisters. We're talking today about sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. Or you may have heard it, names will never hurt you. Did your parents tell you that when you were little? Did yours?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. We have the same mom. Yeah. And Mom, if you're watching, I know that's not your belief anymore, because she recognizes how, I was going to say valuable, but words are definitely hurtful.
Impactful.
Yeah.
There's a word.
So what do you guys think? Nobody's watching. So
I'm
we can't have much of a
watching.
conversation. I got in an argument with my husband about this the other day, though, because I was, okay, so no hating on me, but I like Meghan Markle a lot. And I've always liked her. Just thought she was a really classy person. And my husband was laughing about some of the stuff people were saying, and I said, you shouldn't laugh at that stuff that's mean and hurtful. And he said, oh, she's got a lot of money, it doesn't hurt that bad. And I'm like, oh, no, you didn't. And so, and he didn't really mean it, he was just messing with me. But that just infuriated me, to think that it's okay to talk about people because they have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like that lessens the hurt. I don't think so, people. It just upsets me.
Yeah.
You know, when you see these things on Facebook where people are talking about a specific person and they're just belittling that person, and full disclosure, I have made little comments myself about like people that sang the national anthem, and never anything really mean, but you know, sarcastic. And so I'm sorry to those people, because that's not right. You can't even imagine. I mean,
Yeah. Well, some of the worst offenders are on TikTok.
yeah,
The trolls. But there's trolls on Facebook too.
yeah,
And I understand and I don't understand. Because as a person who tries to be nice and follow the thumper rule, you know, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
yeah,
I try to just, if I have a negative thought about somebody, I try not to say anything to them and just, you know, let it go. But
there's always, you know,
we have theme music now.
we have theme music, yeah.
But
There's
some people
always
don't.
just scroll on by. If you don't agree with somebody, just slide it on up. You don't have to comment. There's nothing that says if you don't agree, you have to say you don't agree.
Right. And in the case of trolls, though, there doesn't even need to be anything wrong. They'll make something
This is
up.
true.
Go through people's posts looking for something to harass them about. Don't get it because I wouldn't do it myself. I get it because there's a whole psychological profile to it.
Yeah.
And
Well, it also the banter back and forth gets them the attention that they want. That's what that's what my child says. You know, you just you if you respond to the trolls, you're giving them exactly what they want, the attention that they want.
Trolls.
Don't feed the trolls. Yeah, but it's just the whole, you know, I've just been so shocked at some of the things some of my friends have said to each other on Facebook. I don't know if you've noticed that, but just like with the whole political thing, when people would disagree, and just people that normally I would see that would be kind to each other outside of politics, just really being ugly with each other. And it's okay to disagree. I mean, I disagree with a lot of people, but find a way to respectfully disagree. But that's just that part of it. And the other side of it is what I'm really talking about, and that is just judging people and the way they live their life, or the way they raise their children, or you know. And it's so funny because Priscilla and I have been laughing about some of the videos on TikTok, and one that I saw the other day, it's like, if you don't agree with somebody now, they're a Karen. If you don't agree with them, it doesn't matter whether they're saying something that's off the wall or not. If you don't agree, they're a Karen. And I saw one the other day where husband climbed in the backseat of his wife's car. I think I told you about it. He climbed in the backseat of his wife's car and then told her he was working late and she had to go pick up the kid or whatever. So she comes out of the house and first of all falls on her butt because the ground is icy, and she's rushing to go pick up her kid that her husband was supposed to pick up, but he texted her and said he was working late. She gets in her car and he's hiding in the back seat with like a Freddy mask or something on. And it's nighttime and he comes out. That poor woman was scared to death and she's screaming and yelling and gets out the car. And so somebody commented and said it was mean and that it was not funny at all. They said, I don't think the word that we're looking for here is funny. That is not funny. And somebody wrote, yeah, it's hilarious. It's not funny. It's hilarious. Don't be a Karen. And I'm thinking, oh my God, just because she said she didn't think it was funny, she's a Karen, you know? But I'm getting off on a tangent, but it just made me so mad. But yeah, you know, my mom used to say when we were kids that
we're getting hot.
People don't, yeah, it's getting hot in the car, sorry. My mom would say that people can't make you mad, you can only make yourself mad. And we'd go like, you're making us mad,
Wayne
Mom.
Dyer.
Was it Dr. Wayne
Yes.
Dyer? I couldn't remember if it was Deepak Chopra
Oh, it
or
was
Wayne
one of
Dyer.
them. One of them.
Oh man, that's radio, sorry. But
Eventful.
yeah, it was just like I agree that sometimes you let yourself get angry over things that boy, we're really on a roll today. I'm like all
Yeah.
over the place.
When we
But
got
the
wind
whole
and all.
point of this is that words do hurt.
You,
Yes.
if you let them.
So well, but it's not just letting them know because
No, it's not. Definitely. But you were wrong about that.
I can never date anyone that likes Joni Mitchell. No, wait, I'm sorry. That's a line from a movie. Yeah. So, you know, if you're talking about people on Facebook and you're naming people and saying bad things about them, you know, I went on this rampage when Michael Jackson died because my son was a huge Michael Jackson fan, and we were like hiding the fact that Michael Jackson died from him because we felt like he was going to go off the deep end over it. But people were writing such hateful things on Facebook, and I'm like, oh my God, that, you know. So I just wrote this note at the time on Facebook. You could only write posts that was so long, so I wrote a note where I talked about Michael Jackson and how nobody knows what was in the man's heart at the time of his death. And I still stand by that. I mean, even people have done the most horrific things and have been proven to do the most horrific things. You don't know what's on their heart after that point, you know, repentance or whatever. But anyway, so don't judge other people. That's the whole point. And especially don't publicly hurt them with your words.
Mm-hmm.
We would never, because we're like super nice people. Although I have a few choice words for some coaches that injured my husband, but
That's a whole nother story.
that's a whole nother ball of wax.
Chest bumps can hurt you.
Yes,
That's the moral of that one.
there were a lot of words that hurt too at that situation, but
Yes. That's a whole nother subject.
yeah, we'll start on that one other day.
Yes, yes. But I mean, you know, we've talked about bullying and stuff before, and
Yeah.
how stuff really will stick with you, and especially like with the TikToks. The most noticeable things to me lately is the number of TikTokers coming to the defense of other TikTokers who are being bullied by people in the comments.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
some of the things are it's completely out of left field. There's no reason for people to say the things that they're saying. And but when you have one comment like that after another, and it's just comments, you don't even see the
it's
person's
true.
face,
Yeah,
but they're
It is
these
true.
words, and they can eat at people. And I've seen some of these people on TikTok that I start to get concerned about their mental health because of the negative response that they've gotten to some things.
yeah, and it's personal attacks. It's
Mhm.
about their weight and things like that. And the worst part about social media is that people say what's on their mind and don't realize how broad the audience is, you know, and it's just awful. Some of the things that, you know, people just flat out say and don't think about their words and hurt other people. And
there's kids on there. There's young people on there reading through the comments and stuff, and it sets up a very bad precedent for them too, growing up, to think that this is okay to treat people that way.
Yep, exactly. And just because somebody's in a public place, you know, they have a public image, it doesn't mean that they're like, what is the word I'm looking for? Free reign. I don't know. What it doesn't mean that just because I hold a public office or just because I am a celebrity or have celebrity status that you can talk about me. I mean, you don't have the right. You don't have the right.
A lot of people think that just because somebody's famous, like they signed on for that.
Yeah.
You know, oh, well, if they wanted to be in the public eye, that's what they signed up for. They didn't sign up for being hated on. They wanted to use their God-given talents for whatever it is they're doing. If they're an artist or a singer or a dancer or an actress or an actor or whatever, they're just using their talents, and it's ended them up in the public eye. But they weren't going out for that to be treated badly or to have their privacy intruded on, which happens a lot too.
That's true. What you were saying before about it adds up when it's multiple people, that's really serious too. Because I mean, you can handle a lot, but then when you feel like you're being outnumbered, that's when it starts to shift. And I don't think you know, I think even just myself, if I'm getting if I'm in a position where I'm receiving feedback about something, and one person after another gives me negative feedback but doesn't say anything positive, I'm just like ready to go off the deep end, even though I know they're trying to be constructive. You know, I need to hear, and I guess it has to do with self-image, and you know, I've always struggled with that. But anyway, so the whole point is that words can hurt, and so please be nice.
Even in social media.
Even on social media. You know, if you don't agree with somebody, there's not a law that says you have to tell them you don't agree with them. And even if you feel like you need to educate them about something, do it in a nice way. Say, I would encourage you to read this article or whatever. But it's funny how many people will comment and they themselves don't read the other side's articles. So, be nice to one another. Be kind. But continue to make yourself a priority.
And take care of you.
Bye.